Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Sable Ascent Tech Tour Podcast. I am your host, Marlena D Evans, and we are here with the CEO of Pray On It. Listen, I am giving you all a gift today before the new year. And prayer is extremely important. This is one of my closest friends. And as long as I've been doing this, I've never shared it, but she has so much to share, so much to teach, so much to do. We're going to talk about some great things. So grab some water, grab your notes, because we really want to make a difference today. Okay. So how are you today, Miss Marida Bivens?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
Awesome. You look great, and I cannot wait. And they don't know what is in store for them. Please register your Black-owned businesses at www.sableassent.com and make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. Join the Sable community. Click the link below, and we will be right back. Thank you for joining the Sableassent Global Tech Podcast, where our host, Marlena D Evans, interviews CEOs, innovators from all across the globe. We pride ourselves on learning their stories, successes, ups and downs, and advices. As you know, Sable Ascent is the Black connector. We enlighten our viewers with the tools they can use to grow and become successful. Go to www.sableassent.com. Make sure you accept the currency that will eliminate poverty all across the globe in Black communities worldwide. Click the link below or above to join the Sable community. Woo! Welcome back to the Sable Ascent Tech Tour Podcast. I am your host, Marlena D Evans, and we are here with the CEO of Pray On It, Miss Marida Bivens. So let's wrap right into it. Hey, ATL, live from the ATL.
Yay!
Let's do it.
Hey!
Pray on it. Let's go. So let's jump right into it. So Miss Rita, give us an overview of what are some of the amazing things you all are doing over there at Pray On It. Introduce us to Miss Marida Bivens. Let us know what's going on over there. I'm excited to hear.
Well, Pray On It Apparel is a faith-based clothing and prayer accessory business that I created. It all started out just with me praying and me utilizing like my teachings that I'm learning to like make notes and things like that. And I used to share them with my friends and my family just as like motivation and inspiration. And I just wanted to create something like on a larger level of helping people to hone in on their more spiritual side, praying, not just asking God, like, can you help me, but to really incorporate prayer in your daily life. So we have a lot of different things, a lot of accessories and some fashion that you can wear to display your faithfulness in prayer and God. So I'm just really excited to inspire people and to, get that message out there. Like prayer changes things,
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I know it has really done tremendous things in my life. And so that's why I'm so excited. And I want to commend you for what you all are doing and encouraging prayer, because I mean, without prayer, there's nothing, there's no life. So
absolutely.
So thank you. That's good. So what are some effective ways to pray? I know some people feel like when they pray, it's like being repetitive. I know when I didn't learn the art of prayer, that it was more like, okay, I'm just praying and you're not really manifesting. So give us some effective ways to pray.
Well, first thing is to just be consistent, and to be real. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people have this thing where they feel like they have to pray long or hard, or like you see in church and stuff like that to really get the message to God. And it's just nothing like that. It's just a regular conversation that you're having, like me and you are having now, but you're having it with God, and just being consistent. I pray every single day. You can't just
Yes.
pray one time or pray for one thing and that just be it. You have to really be in consistent prayer, and that builds your relationship with God.
Okay.
That means that the things that you go through in life, like I go through the same things everybody else goes through, not because, I'm not saying I don't go through things because I pray, but you go through them differently when you
Mm,
pray, when you have a relationship with God. You just see things differently. So I would just suggest for people to just be real, and be consistent,
consistent.
and be very open and honest. God knows you just like you know yourself. You can't hide anything from him. So
Yes,
I would
ma'am.
just say be real, be yourself, and be consistent.
Yes, I love that. Did you all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That is a very powerful word. I am glad that you said that. Being consistent, meaning you can't just pray a prayer one day and then just let it go. Being consistent is like, making sure that you're praying more and more about the matter, or making sure that you're, making it a routine. So that's really good. Great advice. So now I know what change helped me as well, as far as prayer is like affirmations and, saying like positive things and things like that. So like, give us some, like, do you have like affirmations that you use that you suggest for people to help out, especially during these times?
Actually, I do. There's different scriptures that I personally like. A couple of them are, um, one Luke 1:37, for nothing is impossible without God. So it's like whatever I think about, I always kind of go, um, and try to think of something spiritual or something positive.
Yes.
Regardless if I get the outcome that I want,
Mm-hmm.
if I hone in on these spiritual messages and the word of God, it aligns with his will. So it makes me understand it a lot better, even if things don't go how I may want them to go. Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans for you, plans for welfare and not for evil. Like God wants us to be great. He wants us to be successful. He wants us to
Yes.
be, abundant. And
Yes.
yes, we all go through things and we all have different hangups and different childhood things that we went through, but God still has a plan for your life.
Yes, he does. Yes,
Um,
he does.
Mark 11:24, which I have this written on like a lot of pray on it material. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and you will. Like that's one thing also that about prayer that people really don't understand. You can't just really pray and then just be like, oh, okay, it's gonna happen or whatever. You have
Yes.
to believe it, believe in the
Yes.
prayer that you're praying, and God will bring it to fruition for you.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. I hope you all wrote that down. I love that you went to the Bible for, for the scriptures, for affirmations. I mean, they are full of, that's what it's for. It's biblical instructions left on earth, or what is it? Something like that. So
Mhm.
I love those verses that you chose. I mean, and I know that they have helped you tremendously. I know it's helped me tremendously. So that's exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We're going to take a short break. We're here with the owner of Pray On It Apparel. Go to www.prayonitapparel.com. Check it out. I'm wearing one of the shirts here. There is power in words. She has one on that says Pray On It. Now, let me say, everybody who's on the internet here, that's like, I love God and God does so much, but are you bold enough to walk around and show it? Are you bold enough? Can somebody look at you and say, I need to pray today? And so I can say, Miss Bivens, wearing your shirt, I was in Miami at one point, and when I was wearing your shirt, and people were like looking at me, and I could feel the energy, but I could also feel people getting that reminder in their head, like, and I felt like I was really doing a service of God to remind people to pray, to remind people there is power in your words, to remind people of all other shirts that she have available. So everybody, make sure you hit like and subscribe and share. Go to www.sableassent.com. Register your Black-owned businesses at no cost to accept the currency for the Black community right now. And we will be right back. Thank you for joining the Sable Ascent Global Tech Podcast, where our host, Marlena D Evans, interviews CEOs, innovators from all across the globe. We pride ourselves on learning their stories, successes, ups and downs, and advices. As you know, Sable Ascent is the Black Connector. We enlighten our viewers with the tools they can use to grow and become successful. Go to www.sableassent.com. Make sure you accept the currency that will eliminate poverty all across the globe in Black communities worldwide. Click the link below or above to join the Sable community. Woo, 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 woo. Welcome back to the Sable Ascent Global Tech Podcast. I am your host, Marlena D Evans, and we are here with my girl, my CEO, my friend here that has built a business around prayer. Okay, Miss Marida Bivens, we are so happy to have you. Now, you have a master's degree in business. Is that what master's degree is in?
Yes, business management. Yes.
I should know this.
I
would like to know your top values and lessons that you learned from school and why education is important in our communities.
Well, I think ultimately the discipline part that was a lot, because you go through so many things in life. You have so many obstacles, so many trials, so many things. So the discipline part of being able to complete something so intensely, I think gives you it gave me confidence in my ability to complete different tasks in regards to work, in my personal life, just different things. I think teamwork definitely was something that was very, very, very influential in my college education, because it helped me as an adult be able to work with different people. And I'm a manager, so I come across so many different personalities and things like that. So college helped me be able to deal with that as well. I think that just knowing and having the degree and the things that I received from college, I think it definitely gave me a confidence within myself. It gave me a lot of things. Even with opening up my business, I learned already in school. So some of the mistakes that people have made, I didn't make those same mistakes because I had learned some of those things in business. So I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't need a degree to, start a business. And I'm not saying that you do. However, it was a very, very, very valuable tool when it comes down to all the logistics, the taxes, the paperwork, the contract stuff. It's just it's more than sales and money and stuff like that. So I think college definitely helped me so much in that regard.
So it really gives you the knowledge. It gave you the confidence. It gave you the structure because you knew the business part, and I witnessed that with you. It was like when I started my business, it was like I was self-educated. But when she came with her master, she was already getting the business accounts and doing everything she was supposed to do. And I brag to everybody about it. And I tell the young right now, I said, do not let anybody say that you don't have to have an education. You do not have to if you're that type of person, like an entrepreneur, a natural person like that. But it is good to still have because you already eliminate the mistakes, So that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Now,
also, I'm sorry. Just one more thing about that. Also, just about like business etiquette, email etiquette, knowing how to communicate with professional people. You don't necessarily have to have a degree to do that. However, you are different when you communicating with billionaires and millionaires and things like that. When you want to get your business to the a higher level, bigger than a smaller business, you need the intellect. You need to be able to conversate with those type of people. You need to be able to write a professional email and things like that. And those are all things that I got in college.
In college. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, how often do you suggest we pray? I know people are busy and have careers and families, but like assist us in like should we pray like one time a day? I mean, what do you suggest from your experience?
Well, I pray all throughout the day. Praying is just a part of my daily routine. However, I always make this post on Facebook and I always say prayer is essential. So whatever is essential in your life, you need to think of prayer as that same thing. So, we're always on social media. We always got to call somebody back. We always got to check our voicemail. We always got to do these things for work. I think that prayer should be put on the same pedestal as all of those things because it really does work. I start prayer every morning. So I pray before I even hit the door because I want to let God know too that I am consistent, that I am going to do my part, and so it gives him reason to do what I'm asking him to do. So I think that there is no certain amount that you should pray. I definitely think that, at least once a day, a person should take out some time to have that one-on-one conversation with God. I think that is needed. Absolutely.
That is definitely the minimum requirement. You're right. You have to connect with the inner self, with the inner being, with God. You have to, if we can make time, ladies and gentlemen, to go out there and go to work, take our kids and do whatever we need to do, go to the grocery store because you're going to eat. You're going to make sure you eat. You have to make sure you pray. And not just like, oh, thank God and whatever. No, sit and pray and take the time and connect.
Yes.
And you can see the difference, right, friend? You can really see the difference of people who actually have that prayer life or that's claiming that they have the prayer life because they don't have the zen, they don't have the peace. Not to say we're perfect at all, by all means. It's but we always know that we have to dedicate that time from God if you want to be asking God for stuff. You know what I mean? So that's just awesome. So now we're talking about prayer and we're learning so much. I mean, we really appreciate and value your time. You're a very busy woman, but let's talk products. Show us some products that you have, like some tools. We want to enhance it. It's about to be 2022 here. What do we have here?
So this is just kind of like part of my routine. I pray every day, every morning. I pray for, I started initially I've been going to church for a while, but I started a couple of years ago praying for like 10 minutes in the morning, saying I'm going to pray for 10 minutes. Then, after God has started blessing me so much and I had started really feeling it, I said, okay, I'm going to pray for 15 minutes now. And then when he blessed me with the move to Georgia, I was like, you know what, God, I'm going to pray for 20 minutes every morning. So during that time, I know you think like, what I'm going to talk to God for 20 minutes about? Like, how am I supposed to get 20 minutes or 30 minutes out of prayer? Excuse me. So I have created these, they're what you call prayer boxes. So I have like candles, different notes that I take, different stones and things that I use to kind of connect with God. And, I read the meaning of them. I read scriptures. I write down prayers and things like that. So this is a prayer box here.
Ooh, look at that.
So this is our pearl
on the inside. All right.
Okay. And what is in the inside is these prayer stones. It comes with this little bag here.
Beautiful.
And these stones come in there. So they're little just positive affirmation rocks. Some of them have different things. This one says blessings, success. So as I'm praying, I'm putting these things. I have candles, kind of like a little altar, prayer room thing.
Of course.
I set these things down, and I'm asking God, I thank you. I always, and every time you pray, you don't necessarily have to be asking God for something. You could just be giving him thanks.
Thanks.
So, I'm thanking God for the success in my life, and I'm
Yes.
thanking him for the many blessings that he is giving me.
Oh my God.
And I'm thankful for celebrating good times and things like that. So I use these affirmation stones also as a guide.
Okay.
Also, I write down things. So this is like a little prayer journal.
Beautiful journal. Beautiful.
So anytime that I'm having a problem, or even if I just want to thank God for something that he's really done in my life, I will write it down. I always try to take notes. This comes with a nice little notepad and tab.
Okay.
It's kind of like, the vision board type of thing that people, have created. And I've done that before, where write things and, you know, meditate on things that you want. So I use this for those type of things. The prayer box also comes with these bookmark tabs. So they have different scriptures on there for 9 different things. So this is feeling alone. It has several Bible verses on the back that also are associated with feeling alone. So, you can, if you're feeling alone, or if you're feeling that way, or even if somebody else is, the Bible has scriptures to pretty much touch on everything that we go through. So
Yes, it does. Yes.
I have stressed, anxiety, need
Ooh.
encouragement, brokenhearted, anger, health, needing joy, gratitude. So these are 9 prayer tabs that also come with the box. So very good prayer tools. And it just gives you, like a place to put all your stuff, kind of like a guide almost.
You need these things to, like you said, you put it eloquently. You put it's like people need, it helps you, like you said, if you're not just sitting there like, what do I say? It's like, let me read, I'm going through this, grab the prayer tab, you're reading those Bible verses. That'll be a great daily routine, ladies and gentlemen, to just start with. It's definitely, with what's going on in the world, we need to enhance our prayer. Now, in my prayer, I'm gonna show my prayer space. I'm very funny acting.
Yeah, you private.
But 2 of my favorite items, and these are in my prayer space, ladies and gentlemen. This is an amethyst, and it's a candle holder, and this is at pray on it, and I love it. This is my favorite, and she also gives you the meaning to this as well. So I actually read the meaning and then just channel the energy from that. And then this one is my other favorite, but I have a lot more because I have plenty, because I'm about my prayer. It's not even about this, it's my friend about my prayer. But this, one of the things that it was saying was connected. You can connect with your child. And I will say, I just want to tell you as a testimony that, Ozzy and I have been communicating a lot better since I have been making sure that I like this sometimes and read what it means. And just so, and with the candle in it, it helps to ignite the energy from the stone. And the energy from the stone is all positive. This is all natural from the earth, from God. And so these are just beautiful. I just wanted to
thank you so much. Yes, it's very natural, and it's from the earth. People, God has given us so many tools along with the Bible, so many natural things that we can use to shift our energy and to change our moods.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't understand how your energy can be shifted. I think a lot of people are kind of honing more on in it now, but your energy can be shifted just by someone walking into the room. You'd be like, ooh, I feel a little weird, or I feel great, I feel good,
because
or whatever.
They haven't prayed in all this time, and they're coming in judging and of the world, and just mad at everybody, and everything's everybody else's fault because they're not right and not praying. And so keep going. I gotta.
I know. So I just think I'm just really an advocate on the prayer life. I think, praying every day, it helps to build that relationship with God. So when things do come along, you're not so in a frantic, like, God, why did this happen? Or somebody pray for me, or anything like that, because you're already in that routine. You're already talking to him. So whatever goes on in your life, it's like he gives you like a sense of peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding that, the Bible talks about. that's what prayer leads to. It leads
Yes,
to
ma'am.
building a relationship with God. So here's a couple more candle holders here. This is the Aventune. This is nice green.
Look at that.
This is so beautiful, and it's heavy too. It's so beautiful.
Her website shares all of that, so that's going to be wonderful. And one more thing I want to say about a prayer area. So when you have the prayer box, when you have, these, we're just showing it, but you can get these things on your own, ladies and gentlemen, as well. But it's very important, and I'm going to share that with you, to have a prayer space. This young lady and myself has had a prayer area in our home for how many years now? Like, 5 years?
At least 5. I would say
area.
Yeah.
You have to have that go-to area. So what it does is, instead of you having the routine to be like, I'm gonna call and tell my friend, or I'm gonna go to Facebook, which thank God for the people that pray for you, because I had to go. It's okay to go to people, but that shouldn't be the first place you think to go when you're going through something. You gotta go to God. Not to say that God only dwells in that prayer space, but in my prayer space, nobody can go in there on there with shoes. It's always clean. It's always, and people can just notice, like, stay away. Even when my nieces and nephews come over, they know, don't touch, don't go in that area, and you keep it holy. And so, go to God in that space. And then if you're just starting this, if you're just getting new to it, use certain tools that she has, or the universe is providing, and God provides to you, to help you have this relationship. So this is awesome. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, with so much going on in the world, I just want to know, what do you think about what we're doing over here at Sable Ascent?
Well, honestly, I think that it is, and I'm not just saying this because you and I are friends. I am just truly advocate of the Black community, period. I think that creating a currency in which can create our dollar to stay in our community longer, and to provide more opportunities for African Americans, I think is an amazing thing for you guys to be doing. I'm very honored to even be a part of it. I think it's the same thing as like praying. It is opening people's minds up to be better, to introduce them to things, to help us to kind of get away and stay away from the oppressor, and stay in our own, and build on our own, and give us that confidence as as an African American. So I think that it is an amazing thing, and I'm really excited to just even be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout outs to our team. Shout outs to the CEO here. We've been working really hard. And yes, ma'am, we know she's not being fake. She's really always been an advocate about it, and always supported us through it when nobody else, when people was like, what are you crazy people doing? You was like, keep going, keep going. So we're excited. We're excited. Now, what do you do to like overcome, the challenges and obstacles? Because I know, and as you're coming up, as you're coming up in the world, it's you hit roadblocks, and yet and still you have your business, you're running a business, you've relocated, you've done and did all the manifestations because of your relationship with God. And so give us some things that we can do to kind of like, shake things up, get stuff going, start making stuff happen. What do you do? We want to know.
I would definitely kind of go back to the being consistent in the prayer thing. I always say this, that I don't look like what I've been through. I've been through so much in my life, even as a child, even growing up, I've had so many obstacles and things that has been placed upon my path. However, just being consistent in my prayer life, it has given me strength that I didn't even know I had. It has given me ideas that I didn't even know where they came from. It has given me so many different ways to be able to accomplish all the things that I have accomplished, and also to be able to, deal with all the obstacles and all the disappointment that also comes along with, opening up a business and relocating, and just all different type of things. So I would definitely say just really it kind of all goes back to the prayer thing. Like, if you are in consistent prayer, you can do anything. You can, like, I have such a like a huge story. That's for the next show, the next time. But
no, this is
when,
what it's about. This is what we do. We want to highlight. We want to. You're inspiring people all over the world.
but just with my, I have my mother. She has mental illness. And I grew up with that, and that was a lot, you know what I'm saying? So she's a loving mother, and I love her to death, and I would do anything for her. But
Yes, of
when
course.
you are in certain situations like that, you don't really know what to do. You don't know how to get through that or get past that,
Yes, ma'am.
or even be successful in life. So I would just say to anybody, whatever they're going through, you have to pray for yourself. You have to have that relationship with God. And I know that people call me all the time, and I pray. I pray with people a lot more now than I pray for them. If people say, "Oh, can you pray for me?" You can call me and we can pray together, because we're gonna get you involved too. But
Yes,
you have to have your own relationship with God if you want Him to move you, because that's how He. It's kind of like that's how He gets you to a place in your life where you really don't even know how you got there.
exactly.
So I
Wow.
would say just being
Consistent
consistent.
prayer and just making sure you're having a relationship with God and trusting. So that's what seemed like
And
the
knowing you don't have to be perfect. Like, I want to say that too. I'm not a
nope.
perfect person. I don't want to sit on this show and
Nobody's perfect.
say that I don't sin. I sin daily. I am not a perfect person at all. God,
You're not.
that's about the mercy and the
Hmm.
grace from God. That's why He still blesses me. So you know how people say, "Oh, people acting holy, or they doing this or they doing that." The reason why God forgives me is because of the grace that He has upon me.
Yes.
So I think if everybody understood that, a lot of times people think that because they're doing certain things or because they're living a certain lifestyle, that God doesn't love them, or that they not gonna get what they prayed for. And that's not true. So I think that prayer just helps build that relationship with Him, where it's like no matter what you do or no matter what you go through, you still know that you're going to be okay.
And I needed to hear that as well. And I'm sure that millions all across the globe needed to hear that right there. That is Miss Marida Bivens on the ones and twos, speaking to you all, telling you all, like, that was just so inspiring. And we're just and we're just grateful, and you can tell that God is speaking through you. So I'm so proud of what you're doing, honing into your purpose and finding your purpose and being bold enough to do this. That's just awesome. So
Thank you.
the last question is, like, how do we do it all? So you're a mom, you're running the $1 Million Corporation, you have your own business, we're praying, and then the great people that you have to be as well after that. So how do you do it all? Besides, like what we pray, and we be consistent with prayer.
And definitely, and I learned this from my good friend, the host,
Woo, woo.
definitely have a schedule. I
Schedule.
definitely having a schedule. For many years, I was, even through college, I was a very spontaneous person, wait to the last minute, person, like, I work better under pressure type of girl. But I've learned that
Yes,
scheduling is definitely, it helps with elevation, period. I think that having a schedule and holding yourself accountable is definitely two things that I would suggest everybody do. Even with the scheduling part, like, I schedule my prayer time. And
right.
if you schedule things, if you don't do them, it's kind of like you feel a little weird, or you feel bad, or you be like, it's kind of like you hold yourself accountable. So I
Yeah.
would definitely say schedule. Even if you don't get things done, though, it's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up. Don't get upset. Even if you miss a day of prayer, like, I understand. Like, I'm not perfect.
Yes.
However, I try not to, because that's just the way me and God
You can
work.
tell the difference in the day.
Well, I tell the difference in the day. I be like, woo, I didn't pray enough. I gotta pray more. Like, I can tell when, things start to kind of bothering me. So I would definitely say schedule, use scheduling in your life, hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to do whatever you think God may be calling you to do. Like there's so many people that God is trying to
Man.
work through, and even with me opening up this business and my lifestyle and stuff, it was definitely a struggle for a long time. So I would just say be consistent in prayer, schedule, and hold yourself accountable.
Hold yourself accountable. Those are good. And she said, since you mentioned that I appreciate that but it was so funny when listen, anybody who knows me now, they know I have a schedule. I don't play about my schedule.
Crazy.
I don't care. You have to have a schedule because you have to manage your time in order to be successful. So you can't be all over the place and not how you waking up the next day and don't know what you're doing. And you can know and be like, okay, but like you said, look at what this lady said. She said, hold yourself accountable. Holding yourself accountable is having that task on the calendar or wherever you can have it to say, I'm going to do this, and it's going to have you get things done. And it makes you not be frantic because like you said, I was just like her. I was all over the place everywhere and wondering why I was an emotional wreck.
Yeah.
No, if I schedule when I go out, and then now I'm even getting more strict on my schedule. I notice my phone is ringing too much, and it's just like, listen, you're calling me at the times that I cannot talk. You have to put you first and control your life. Taking control of your life is your schedule. Schedule time with your children, schedule time for yourself and your spouse, schedule time for your business, schedule time to go to work. You're going to get up and go to work and then go. That's how we get stuck in the rat race. We wake up. And then we're going to go to work because we know that we got to be to work from 9 to 5. Then you get off and you're like, okay, I got to go to the grocery store, do this. Well, I could just lay here and watch Netflix because you don't have a schedule. No, you're not doing that. And you can, and it makes life so much easier and run fluid. So I need to put here where your website, is it www?
Yes, www.prayonitapparel.com.
Okay, prayonitapparel.com. I'm putting it in the chat, everyone, below. Make sure you go and check. I got to do it again. www.prayonitapparel.com. And how else can we get in touch with you? I mean, what's your social medias? How can we, if anybody want to go shop? She is great. She would love to talk to everybody. Inbox her and say, hey, it was great. She would love to hear from you. Seriously.
Pray on it apparel, Facebook. Just straight Pray on it apparel. Instagram is pray_on it apparel. And those are the two social media outlets we have and the website.
That's great. I'm loving it. Well, we appreciate your time. This has been a great show. I even learned, and we talk like every day. I always say all the time when I think of you, I'm like, if we could just record our conversations, but no, don't worry. We're coming soon though, ladies and gentlemen. But this right here is powerful, what you're doing. We appreciate you here at Sable Ascent. We appreciate you for accepting the currency. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you go to www.sableassent.com and register your Black-owned businesses at no cost to accept. All you're doing is accepting the currency. So that's a wonderful thing. And then we're going to see you in another Wednesday. Yay!
Okay. Thank you so much.
Look. Look at these. God bless you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you so much over here. They're going to see the Black currency, and we appreciate and value you for watching. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.